Hello everyone, this is Dr. Kramer again with a short video that highlights important people, places, events, and themes from your reading about Beethoven's early life, education, and music. Beethoven was born in Bonn in December of 1770, in the house seen on your screen. It is now home to the most important Beethoven museum and study center in the world, the Beethoven House Bonn. I'd encourage you to check out their website at some point. They have a virtual museum feature that allows you to see many of their collections via the internet. As you can see from the map on the other side of your screen, Bonn sat on the Rhine River at the western edge of the Germanic lands. Those in Bonn were well acquainted with traditions of the Netherlands and of the French. They would be some of the first to hear of the revolutionary ideas coming out of France in the 1780s. This area was ruled by the Elector of Cologne, who actually lived in Bonn rather than in Cologne. As the Kapellmeister for the Elector, Beethoven's grandfather held the most important musical position in Bonn. He died when Beethoven was but 3 years old. Beethoven's father sang in the electoral chapel his entire life. Although early on he may have given his son some music lessons, Beethoven's most important childhood music teacher was Christian Gottlob Neefe. You see them both pictured on this screen. Unfortunately, Johann Beethoven was given to alcoholism and depression, especially after Beethoven's mother died in 1787. Although hundreds of miles away, the Electorate of Cologne was under the jurisdiction of the Austrian Habsburg Empire. The close ties between the lands made it convenient for the Elector, with the support of the music-loving Count Waldstein, to send Beethoven to Vienna to further his music training. Beethoven's first stay in Vienna in 1787 was interrupted by the death of his mother. In 1792, he returned to Vienna for good. As Count Waldstein wrote, quote, "You are going to Vienna. With the help of unceasing diligence, you will receive the spirit of Mozart from the hands of Haydn." You see many of Beethoven's most important Viennese patrons and aristocratic friends in front of you. Prince Lichnowsky was one of the most generous, providing Beethoven with an annual pension and arranging concerts for him. An avid violinist, Russian Ambassador Count Razumovsky, commissioned the Opus 59 string quartets. The Baron van Swieten was an older and more conservative figure. He allowed Beethoven to peruse his great library of music sources. Josefina Brunswick was one of Beethoven's female admirers and supporters. She was the recipient of several love letters from Beethoven in the years after which she was widowed. As we will see, Archduke Rudolf, the younger brother of the Habsburg Emperor, would become Beethoven's student and supporter in the 1810s and 20s. The salons hosted at the palace of Prince Lobkowitz, seen on your screen, were some of the most highly esteemed gatherings in Vienna, and they were the site of many performances of Beethoven's music. The first music performed and published by Beethoven in Vienna was chamber music. It ranged from the Opus 1 piano trios through piano sonatas such as the Opus 13 Pathetique Sonata, unaccompanied sonatas for piano and violin, and other instrumental chamber music, such as 6 important Opus 18 string quartets. Beethoven's first public concert for his own benefit took place on the 4th of April 1800. It was held at the important Burgtheater, which you see to the right. As typical for the time, the concert included a variety of types of music, vocal music and orchestral music, and even in this case, chamber music. Notice also the prominence of Haydn and Mozart's music. Beethoven's music from this period was profoundly influenced by that of Haydn and Mozart. As you may have noticed in your readings, a perennial question for scholars is how to both acknowledge that heritage and celebrate the French contributions of the young Beethoven. Watch for both as you listen to and analyze the early music of Beethoven.